Welcome back, guys. Today we're going to be talking about laser torches and Specsavers glasses. I recently discovered that when I combine my laser torch and my Specsavers glasses, I can become anything I want to become. I can be successful at anything I want to do. What do I mean by that? Success is a pretty simple routine you have to follow, but it doesn't necessarily mean that there won't be challenges along the way, distractions along the way. Now, this represents our laser focus and this represents our clarity of purpose. When we combine these two things, we can become successful. I'll give you an example of this from Mother Nature itself. Now, let's assume that we want to cut down an oak tree, right? The first thing that we need to do is identify what we are doing. Are we cutting down the oak tree or are we tendering the oak tree? I just told you that we're cutting down the oak tree. So that is already our purpose defined. Our Specsavers glasses already are being used to identify what we need to do with this oak tree. We're cutting down this oak tree. The next thing we need to do is figure out where we're gonna cut this oak tree. Does it make sense to cut the oak tree from the top? Or does it make sense to cut the oak tree from the bottom? Does it make sense to cut it from the middle? We use our goggles to see where we need to cut down this tree from. The next thing we need to do is identify what we're going to use to cut down this tree. We're not going to use our fist because we can't. We're not going to use a gun. We're going to use an axe. We're going to use an axe. We're going to chop down this tree from the bottom, let's say. So now we've identified all the things that we need to do in order to cut down this tree. We have, in other words, clarified our purpose. Our purpose is to cut down the tree, but not only have we understood that we need to cut down this tree, we've understood how we are going to do it. Knowing what you want to do without a plan is useless. When you have your Specsavers goggles, you can't go wrong, man. Everyone knows, everyone that wears glasses knows, if you were to take away my glasses, I wouldn't be able to see anything, man. I need my glasses to see. And most of the time, people are walking around not understanding what they need to do. They don't even know what they need to do, let alone understand how to get there. The first step is to get some Specsavers goggles, man. Now, I'm not literally saying go and get some Specsavers goggles, but you need to sit down and think, what do I want to do with my life? And what do I need to do to get there? That's the first step, clarity of purpose. I've explained that now. Let's go on to the laser torch. Now, if we're going to use an axe to cut down this tree, and now we've identified the point, we've located the point that we're going to use to cut down this tree, what do you think the next thing is to do? Let's take two examples, person A and person B. Now, person A is cutting the tree and person B is cutting down this same oak tree, but they're doing it different ways. Person A, for example, will give himself a rough estimate of room to cut down this tree from. So let's assume that he wants to cut down the tree from the bottom. It makes sense to cut down the tree from the bottom according to person A. Now, person A gives himself a bit of leverage and he tries to maintain this distance where he cuts the tree, but he's trying to be focused on where he cuts the tree, cutting it at the same point. Makes sense. Person B, however, man, he's all over the place. He's just cutting the tree everywhere. He's just doing a madness. He's just cutting it from the top. He's cutting the plants. He's cutting the roots. He's doing everything. He's not really focused. Who do you think is going to cut down this tree faster? We all know the answer. It's a person who is focused, who is laser focused on the point that will achieve his goal, achieve the purpose of cutting down the tree. Being laser focused isn't easy, guys. It comes with distractions, but you have to be able to eliminate these distractions. Now, in life, cutting down the tree isn't as easy as I've just said. You first of all have to get your goggles and understand what you want to do with your life. The next thing, you need to have some laser focus. You need to cut down the tree in the exact same point every single time. Maybe you might miss it, but you have a room where you don't go outside of this room. You have a place where you cut down the tree and you're doing it precisely. So in life, when you want to do something, you have to do the same thing over and over again. It can become repetitive, boring, and monotonous, but that is how things get done. It's the formula for success. If you want to be successful, you must apply these two principles. Firstly, identify what you want to do, identify your purpose in life, then get your goggles and start to increase the magnification on your purpose. Now try and look at how you're going to do it. What are you gonna use? How are you gonna do? What are you gonna do every day? What time are you gonna wake up? What are you gonna sacrifice to become great? What are you gonna sacrifice to become successful? Those are the things you need to understand with your Specsavers goals, man. You need to look at your dream and look at it realistically and think, how can I move closer to my dream every single day? It's not about, waking up one day and saying, oh, I have a dream. You need to understand how you're gonna get there. I recently discovered this and I've started to implement it in my life. I'm doing things every day that are quite boring, but I'm doing it every day so that I can become successful. Now look, you also need your laser torch, because identifying and doing all the steps is useless without this. This is why it's an equation, because you can't get the output without one of the inputs. You're not going to be able to get success if you only have one of these, or you only have half of the torch. The battery has to be full, man. You got to put the battery in the laser torch and shine it in the same direction every single day. No distractions. I don't know what that means for you. Maybe you're distracted by social media. People can be on social media and not get distracted. Maybe you can't. So that means you have to delete it, man. You have to delete it. You have to be focused, laser focused. If I shine this at the camera right now, if I shine it in your eye, you're gonna get hurt, man. If I shine it all around your body, you're not gonna get hurt. If I chop down the tree like person B, I'm doing it everywhere, I'm waving it about, I'm waving the axe everywhere. The tree's not gonna ever come down. But person A is cutting down precisely. Cut down on your dreams precisely. Laser focus on your dreams. Laser focus on your dreams. Identify what it is. Be clear on it. Be clear on the steps. Get your laser torch and shine it on the dream. And don't let go of that dream. Shine it on the dream and you'll be successful.